Hey y'all, if you're seeing this video on Sunday, don't forget our Memorial Day sale. It ends tonight, so you still have time if you're watching this on Sunday to get the biggest savings of the year. Stock up for the summer, yardmastery.com. Now let's get into the video. All right, y'all, welcome back to another Lawn Care Nut video. Today we're gonna do something super important, and I do this every couple 2-3 years. I'm gonna show you step by step how to apply fertilizer to a lawn. Now we're going to go into some pretty good detail today. You won't have to do this at your house. In fact, most of you, what you're going to do when you fertilize, you're going to get your bag of fertilizer, you're going to get your spreader, you're going to set it on the setting that the bag says, you're going to dump it in, you're going to go, and you're going to be fine. But there are some of you that maybe you got a bag and you went out to apply it and you came up short. And you're like, how come? I have a 10,000 square foot lawn and this bag only did a half of it. What happened? Well, this is how you can calibrate your spreader to understand exactly how much is going down and why, so you can figure out what happened. Because the thing to realize here is these spreaders, even though this Yard Mastery spreader, this is a good quality spreader. This is not a professional level spreader. It's got a lot of plastic parts in it. And even though I give you a setting on the bags, a lot of times that can be off by a little bit. And so by calibrating your actual piece of equipment, you just use the spreader setting to get you in the neighborhood, and then you calibrate your actual equipment to the 10th, right? So you know exactly where you're at. So that's what this will be able to do. For those of you that like to get the data, like to get into the weeds, get into the details, this is how you calibrate a spreader. And you only have to do this really one time, maybe one time at the beginning of every year in case something got bumped and knocked off. But once you do it once and you get out and go, you'll see that when you're fertilizing, you'll know if it's right. That's the thing. People get concerned about this. They think they're gonna burn a lawn. You're not gonna do that. You will find that once you fertilize your lawn like twice, you're now an expert on your property. And you'll be able to feel it. Is this right? Does this feel right? Does this seem right? You'll be able to trust your gut and everything will be fine. But for those of you that are apprehensive and you wanna do it 100% to the letter from the first start, this is how we do it. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about the things you're gonna need to accomplish this task. The first thing is obviously you're gonna need your chosen fertilizer. I have Stress Blend here. Now it's gonna work the same for all Yard Mastery fertilizers. We have them formulated so they all use the same spreader settings. I'm just using Stress Blend today because it's what I had. Then you're gonna need a spreader, of course. Then you're also gonna need a scale. Now, you can use this. This is a luggage scale or a fish scale. This works fine. Or I actually have one here that we're gonna set this on that I stole out of the warehouse. We're just gonna use that one today. But a luggage scale works just fine. Something to weigh, and then you need a small bucket. And just so you know, love bugs are not included. Okay, now your next step is to choose a spot in your lawn that is about 2,000 square feet. I've got that measured out just perfectly here. You can actually do this in your lawn though. Just find a section that's 2,000 square feet. Now you can measure it inside the Yard Mastery app. That's the easiest way. Or you can do it manually like I did here, which is where I walk length times width. Each step is 3 feet. So I came out here with 20 steps to one length, which times 3 is 60 feet. So the long part of this here is 60 feet, and then the other side's 33 feet. So this area here is 60 by 33. Length times width is how you get area, and that comes out to 1,980 square feet, 1980. It's okay to round up, and we're gonna round that to an even 2,000 square feet. So this section here is 2,000 square feet. Pick an area out in your lawn that's very similar. All right, so now we know we have a 2,000 square foot area. Now we have to realize, well, how much of our fertilizer is supposed to go onto that 2,000 square foot? So every bag of fertilizer is gonna have a rate on there. The rate is the rate that you apply it at. For all of the Yard Mastery fertilizers, including Stress Blend here, it's 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So 3 pounds of this product should go across each 1,000 square feet. The way I know that is, you can see it says here, 45-pound bag covers 15,000 square feet. So if I take 45 divided by 15, it's 3. That's called the bag rate. But then we also put it here right above the spreader settings. Spreader settings, 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So I need 3 pounds of this product to go across each 1,000 square foot of lawn space. Remember, in lawn care, 1,000 square foot increments is a standard. Now I have 2,000 square feet, right? So that means I need 6 pounds. If the rate is 3 pounds per 1,000 and I have 2,000 square feet, I need 6 pounds. So I need to get 6 pounds of this product across that 2,000 square foot area. Okay, so now this is why you needed the scale. Now I actually have a floor scale here that plugs in, pretty cool. I actually have Ego's brand new 1,400 watt inverter here. I use this out here at the property because I don't have electricity yet, so I can plug into that. But again, I got a floor scale here, or you can use a Fisher luggage scale, and we're gonna actually weigh out our fertilizer. because we want to know exactly how much we need for that area right there. Now, I'm not going to weigh out just exactly 6 pounds though, because as you get to the bottom of the spreader, it's not all going to come out evenly. So I'm going to weigh out a little extra, and then in the end, we'll weigh the difference, and that's how we'll know if we're right. You'll see what I'm saying if you're confused. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and weigh out my fertilizer. I'm actually going to weigh out a little more than 6 pounds. And yes, it does smell like success. Okay, so we measured out, I've got 7.6 pounds in here. Now again, I only need 6 pounds, so when I'm done doing my application, when I come back and reweigh it, I should have 1.6 pounds left, or something close to that. We're not going for perfection here, this is more like jazz, right? So I should have somewhere around 1.6 pounds left when I'm done. So let's go over and set our spreader settings, and then we'll be good to go. All right, next we're gonna talk about spreader settings, but before you do that, you wanna make sure that the spreader itself is not out of whack, that it's calibrated unto itself. And when I say that, we're gonna look at the extremes. So you wanna open your spreader all the way up to the top setting and open it all the way up. So open up the drop holes all the way and look down in there. And those drop holes should not be covered at all because you're 100% open. So you should be able to see through, if you have 1 drop hole or 3, you should be able to see all the way through. Then you're gonna close the spreader all the way down, closed, and look down, and you should see no daylight going through. That means your spreader is calibrated to itself to its extremes. If for some reason you do see daylight on the fully closed, or you're fully open and the drop holes are not fully open, then you're gonna go ahead and fix that. On the Yard Mastery spreader, there's a little adjustment nut right here that you would use, and every other spreader is different. But that's what you wanna do first, is make sure your own spreader is calibrated unto itself. Okay, now we're gonna set this according to the spreader setting on the bag, which is 15, so that's right there. And then you can see the knob stops right there on the 15. So that's how we know we're at the right spreader setting. If you want to know what it looks like, there you go. Setting 15, it's about halfway. All right, now we're gonna put our fertilizer in. Now one thing, you never want to fill on top of the lawn, because if you spill it, you'll get a burn spot. So if you ever see somebody in a video filling on top of a lawn, that's an amateur. Okay, now before we get out and go, we gotta talk about what's called the overlap, because you gotta know when you're going back and forth. So keep this in mind. Every spreader's different, but this spreader throws about 3.5 feet to each side. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go up and make a pass, you're gonna come back, you're gonna go up, you're gonna come back. And every time, okay, you're gonna look to the side and you're gonna be throwing fertilizer back to the wheel tracks of the previous pass. And that's gonna be called the overlap, okay? So just remember, each pass you make, you're throwing back to the wheel tracks of the previous pass. Now, you'll see that in action here in a second. But before we do that, we have to do our trim pass. Now, our trim pass actually is a half of an application. If I was to take this spreader full wide open and go down this edge, I'd be throwing some over here. So these spreaders, they have what's called an edge guarder. This one is called side spread control. And you actuate the side spread control and it cuts the rate in half, the amount that's coming out in half, and it only throws it out of one side. So now I can hug this edge perfectly and get my first half application of fertilizer right here. Watch, I'm gonna do it right now and you'll see it. All right, now I'm not trying to overcomplicate this, but I want you to understand it. So I just did this little pass right here, this little trim, and I had the side spread control on, so it was only throwing out this way. Now I'm gonna take the side spread control off. Now the spreader will be throwing from both sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move over about 3.5 feet. Now, my wheel tracks from the previous pass are right on that edge. You're not gonna be able to see them because it was an edge pass. The wheel tracks are right there. So when I go back, if I'm throwing 3.5 feet back, I'm gonna throw back to those wheel tracks, which just happens to be the edge of the lawn. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this a little bit. Now when you start going, you'll see it, okay? You'll pick up on it. If it's going a little too far, it's okay, don't adjust too much, but just on your next pass you adjust. This is where you need a little bit of experience to understand, all right, how far does my fertilizer spreader throw? But I got the edge guard off, so I'm throwing out both sides now, so I'm gonna be going 3.5 feet that way, back to my wheel tracks, which are on the edge, and then 3.5 feet this way. Let's do it. So I just did that. Now I can see my wheel tracks right here. You're not gonna be able to see them in the sunlight here, but they're right here. So I've moved 3.5 feet over, and now I'm gonna go this way and I'm gonna throw back to those wheel tracks. And I'm just gonna keep going up and back, each time moving about 3.5 feet over and throwing back to the center of the wheel tracks. So again, I can see them right there. Here we go. And your walk speed is 3.5 miles per hour. Now when I say your walk speed's 3.5 miles per hour, I call that a double fast walk or putting some ass into it. It's gonna feel a little uncomfortable. So again, I can see my wheel tracks are right there. I'm moved over 3.5 feet. Let's go for it. All right, there you go. Now you could do one final edge pass on this end, and in fact I should do that. So I'm gonna go back and do that one final edge pass on this end to get that going, and then we'll go measure out and see where we're at. I don't know if you can see, but our dragonfly friends are out. They always come out when we stir up the lawn. But I wanna really illustrate this point for you, okay? Now we'll talk about the edges in a minute. I want you to understand how this spreader is working and what overlap means. So this PVC pipe right here is gonna represent wheel tracks. So I came down this way like this, and I was throwing that way, and I was throwing that way. And I came all the way down, right? Okay, and that made some wheel tracks. And I came down here, I turned around, and I went down 3.5 feet over. And as I went back this way, I was concentrating that my fertilizer was throwing back to the center of the wheel tracks of the previous pass. So we're gonna let this represent the wheel tracks I'm creating now. So we're going straight down here, we're throwing back to those wheel tracks, okay? So that was the next pass. So as we came down this way, we were throwing back to those wheel tracks. Now we did the next one, okay? We moved over 3.5 feet, and now I'm concentrating on the fertilizer going back to the previous wheel tracks. I'm kind of always looking that way. I'm not looking over there. Fertilizer's going over there, but it's taking care of itself. I'm more looking at the wheel tracks of the previous pass. So as we went down through here, we created another set of wheel tracks, right? Went all the way down, throwing back to the previous set of wheel tracks. Then we came down this way, and you can see we did this all the way down. Went 3.5 feet over, and these are actually in the actual wheel tracks. You're not gonna be able to see them on the camera, but I can see them here. So then I went down this way, and again, I'm throwing back to the wheel tracks right there. I don't know if you're noticing this, but that's an overlap. So let's go back to this one right here, okay? So again, we'll talk about the edges in a minute. So this one here, as I was going down, I'm throwing back to the wheel tracks over there. We'll talk about that in a minute. But like I said, I'm not paying attention to what's going over here, but there is fertilizer going, right? So then when I come back and turn around and go back this way, again, I'm paying attention over here. That was just hit with an application, right? Now I'm going back, and now I'm throwing back. It's being hit with a second application. That is called the overlap. And that's why it's important to throw back to the wheel tracks each time. Then as I go back to this one, same thing. I'm going down here, throwing back. Now that one's getting hit a second time. Now people worry about striping their lawns. I promise you, this is how professionals do this. This is exactly how they spread every day. You will not stripe a lawn if you do it this way. Now you can do the cross hatching this way, people do that, but that takes so much longer. You have to cut the fertilizer rate down. It can be a challenge. If you do it this way, you're not gonna stripe your lawn. Your guide is your wheel tracks of the previous pass. And again, you'll pick this up so fast. Your gut will tell you, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. Like your mind will lock in on it. Totally makes sense to me. I'm throwing back to the wheel track. It'll just know. You have to trust me on that. But that's the overlap. Now real quick, let's talk about the edges now that you understand that. So remember when I was doing the edges, my first pass was right on this edge, right? And I used the side spread control to cut the rate. It actually closed 2 of the drop holes and only 1 remained open. So that meant that this first pass going down through here was only half of an application, okay? And when I say that, it wasn't going out over there. It was just going out one time over here. And then when I came back down for the next one, which was right here, I'm throwing back to the wheel tracks of the previous pass. See, I'm getting overlap. First time I came through, it was only hitting here. Second time I'm going back, I'm overlapping. Throwing right back to the edge, because that's where my wheel tracks are. So that's how you do an edge pass and keep from throwing stuff over here, okay? That's exactly how that works. Now, if you had bushes, trees, stuff that you wanted to get fertilizer over here, you can go ahead and throw into those if you want. But I don't have that. I don't want that stuff over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that half rate or use that side spread control to cut the rate for the first pass. So then when I do my overlap, I got my overlap all good. All right, y'all, I wanted to break in here real quick. I want to go ahead and put a little more emphasis on the walk speed. You heard me talk there that the walk speed is a double fast walk, or what I call putting some ass into it. That is actually super important. It's just as important as the overlap. And here's why. You have these holes that are at the bottom of your hopper, and the fertilizer falls through those holes. Well, it's gonna fall through at the same rate, whether you walk slow like this or whether you walk fast like that. It's gonna fall through at the same rate. And so the first thing when it comes to walk speed, yes, it's a double fast walk, put that ass into it, I know you can, but you wanna keep that speed consistent all the way through. all the way through each run, consistent. That's very important. The other thing is, if you're walking too slow in general, what'll happen is instead of the fertilizer flying out straight like this, it'll go out in an arc like this, and that'll cause an uneven application. But the real reason that walking too slow can really hurt you is because, again, that fertilizer's falling at the same rate. So if you're walking too slow, you're not going to get done with your area before it all falls through. And so it really is a dance. It's a balance. It's the overlap coupled with the walk speed being 3.5 miles per hour and being consistent all the way through every run. So when you do get to the end, if you came up short, if you were supposed to be able to cover this 2,000 square feet and you came up short, the first thing you should do really before adjusting your spreader setting is to see if your walk speed just needs to be going a little faster. Now, if you're walking at your maximum speed, you can't walk any faster because you got little alligator legs like I do. Well then, which I can do it by the way, but if that's the case, if you can't walk any faster, that's probably when you would go to adjust your spreader setting, pull it back a little bit to match your slower walk speed. But I just wanted to reiterate that, guys. Yes, overlap is super important, but just as important is walk speed, being 3.5 miles per hour, putting some ass into it, and being consistent through every single run. Now let's get back to the video. All right, now that we did all that, let's see how we did here. Let's see how we did with our application. All right, Nick, let's see what we did. Wow, 1.8. All right, so I should have had 1.6. I had 1.8. That's close enough. Again, guys, if you're within a half a pound, you're going to be fine. Half pound over, half pound under. It's not going to hurt anything. Now, if you're more than that over, then you might want to adjust your spreader. So all you would do, again, is every spreader's a little different, is just open your drop holes a little more or a little less. Just open up your spreader setting or take it down. Just use your intuition, use your gut, use your head, right? Common sense. But that's really how you do it. That's how you know. So I know that I did a good application there. Now, the last thing people ask about watering it in, you have to water it in or it's not going to work. But do you have to do it right away? No, you can wait till the next day. You can wait 3 days. It's just not going to work until you water it in. The other thing is if you don't water it in, there is a chance that some can move away if you get a heavy storm or something. So do your best to get it watered in within a day or two and wait for your results. That is exactly how you spread fertilizer step by step by step and know that you did it right. Now in future applications, you don't have to go through all this. Once you know what your setting is, set it, forget it, and go. With that, thanks so much for watching. Leave me your comments and questions below. As always, I'll see you on the lawn.